Hey guys, the Lord here, back again with another review, and today we're having a look at the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure MCU Cull Obsidian slash Black Dwarf. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, now as I said before, today we're having a look at Cull Obsidian. He is the Build-A-Figure for the recent Marvel Legends wave released to promote the Avengers Infinity War movie, which I did see, and I say if you haven't seen it, you are full of crap, and you need to go see it now. It's a fantastic film, probably the best Marvel movie out there. Yes, better than Ghost Rider. I'm not going to get into that because the comments will butcher me for having opinions. Not going to lie, you guys make dicks sometimes. But with that being said, I'm trying to keep these videos a little cleaner, but YouTube being stupid all the time kind of doesn't help. So, with that being said, his one accessory here, because he's barely on screen, is his. Now he's off screen. Is his hammer. His mighty hammer, which he uses to beat the flippin' crap out of people. I'm not going to say who, but very, very nice. Very light. It's lightweight. It's made of plastic, too. So you don't got to worry about it warping like the Hulk's hammers, but I don't know if the Hulk's hammers would have been a good choice for plastic. The handles seemed a little thin. But now looking at Cull himself, he is a monster of a figure. And all I can say is, wow. And we're not doing the builds for these guys anymore, well, because that's a pain in the ass. Said I'm going to make these clean. I may have lied. I don't know. I'm trying. But, yeah, just look at the detail on this thing. It's a monster. He looks like he stepped out of Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you. He's got like a metal spine back here, which I actually just noticed recently. He's got his little loin piece, which straighten his abs out here. So it actually makes some sense anatomically. Yeah, just a beast of a figure. Really, really cool. Has some metal plating over here. Has some on his feet. Or his shin, I should say. He's got a couple knee pads. Watch it. And some cloven hoof style gargoyle feet. I guess not cloven hoof, but you know what I mean. They're arched a little bit. So, pretty cool. I don't remember that in the movie. Although this guy, I can't say looks a whole lot like the movie because I think the shoulder pad was like completely different. And he should have like a strap going across his chest there. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. It's a freaking sick toy. It's like the Ares from Wonder Woman last year. That was a sick toy, but looked nothing like he did in the movie. So, beggars can't be choosers, people. You take what you can get, and if they don't look like the movie, you can fudge them in your comic display and quit complaining all the time. But standing him up, we gotta move this camera, man. Look at this imposing beast. It's a monster. Probably my favorite member of the Black Order, but I may be biased because he's a giant demon-looking guy. Articulation, his head, get a lot of range out of it. You don't necessarily get side to side. You get kind of slightly sideways, and then just totally goes downhill from there because he's looking up. So that's probably just the way they had to mold the neck, so I'm not going to fault the figure for that. But you do get some up and down on the ball peg itself, along with the hinge. So you can technically do this. Make him look a little bit bulkier in the neck if you wanted to, but I don't mind that. His shoulders will move out about that far. I mean, he's a big dude with spikes on his shoulders. What do you expect? Move back down, full 360. Swivel at the bicep. Single jointed elbow. I don't care for the biceps on this guy. Kind of like the Man Thing, they have that slight wiggle to them that kind of makes me nervous. He's got a hinge like up and down in this wrist, but it is like so not there. It's like barely even useful. And this is the only hand that can hold his hammer. So that kind of sucks. I wish you got more range out of that. Maybe it's because it's so bulky, but you're just not going to get anything out of that. I feel that slight little notch, and that's about all you're going to get. This hand, on the other hand, no pun intended, lots of range. Lots of range. And this shoulder piece does unpeg. It is on a separate joint, so you can bring the arm up all the way if you wanted to. But like most people's, it pops off. But mine is not popping off, so I guess it's not like most people's. I don't know. I can't keep track anymore. But mine doesn't pop off. I think it did when he took a shelf dive, but that was about it. He's got a diaphragm joint, which is nice and clean. Rotates all over the place. Waist cut, really nice. Floating belt loincloth thingy. You can push that up a little bit anyways. You can't push it up a whole lot to access his legs. This one in particular has a little bit more range than the other one. Moves out, in, forward, back, thigh cut, which the thighs do tend to pop off on this guy, so be careful with that. Double jointed knee, nice and tight. And then the ankles hinge, have a rocker. I'd be a little weary keeping this guy posed for too long because those might wear out just because of the sheer weight of this thing. But yeah, definitely one of Hasbro's best baths, if not possibly their best. I don't want to say that only because he's new, but damn, this is a really sick figure. But getting his hammer in his hand's pretty simple. You just want to put it in sideways, really, and then just turn it. And there you go. So with that being said, I think it's time we do the moment of truth here. Get on to the size comparisons just so you can see just how big this beast of a figure really is. So I will be right back in a moment with that. And just in case you thought I was BSing you, here he is next to Deadpool and Spider-Man, and yeah. This is a friggin' monster of a figure. Really, really sick. I have to say, though, I really hope we get a comic book version of this guy that's at least half this good, because this is, like, really good. Even the paint's pretty dang good on it. Could have used a little more in the legs, maybe, but they're covered by his little cod piece there, so I wouldn't be too I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Oh shoot! I wouldn't get your hopes up there. I wouldn't get your hopes up, but yeah, he's definitely proven his size here. But moving on to some more comparisons. And here is Cull Obsidian next to the rest of the wave, and you can tell Thor's only up to about midway to his shoulder, I would say. This big dude. This really big dude. So, definitely a very hefty, a big, tall figure. I've seen comparisons of this guy next to Hulkbuster. Unfortunately, I can't do that at the moment because he's on display, and I don't want to ruin it for a 10-minute video no one's going to watch. Hint, hint, algorithms. But I think this guy stacks up. I think he's almost the same height as the Hulkbuster, to be honest with you. He's definitely bigger than Gladiator Hulk and Groot, so yeah, really, really awesome figure. We got one more size comparison now. That's going to be the one that really counts. And of course by that I mean Thanos and his fellow Black Order member Proxima Midnight. She ain't got nothing on this guy. Not to mention, she does not look accurate to the movie, the head. After watching the movie, she should have like a little black line coming from the bottom of her lip to her chin. Maybe look a little bit more like a lady, but that's besides the point. Thanos is a little better after watching the movie. It's accurate, I think. I think it's just that dark purple color. I don't know. And the fact they can't paint the yellow stone on the gauntlet for shit. But that's besides the point. This dude is huge. And that's all you need to know. And that's all you'll need to know. So with that being said, it is finally time to move on. Final thoughts. Oh, and before I go, I want to correct myself because last week I called Thor's new hammer the Stormbringer. It is the Stormbreaker. That is Beta Ray Bill's hammer. I don't know what the hell I was smoking last week. Nothing, but you know what I mean. I fucked it up pretty bad. But with that being said, now it's time to move on to final thoughts. Alrighty guys, so wrapping up with final thoughts. This dude is really friggin' badass. This is probably the best Build-A-Figure we've gotten so far this year. Of the four we've gotten, Thanos is probably the weakest, but he's starting to grow on me since I've seen the movie. But the Lizard and the Sasquatch, I don't think they stack up to this guy. I think this guy is definitely where it's at in terms of a Build-A-Figure. Is he going to beat Sauron? You know how I'm kind of biased towards movie figures and not being the biggest advocate for them, but I think this guy is at least going to be a close second to Sauron when he comes out, because I think that will be the BAF of the year, unless this so-called monster Venom is what I think it is, which it better be, because $20 for frickin' Spider-Man? Are you flipping kidding me? Inflation like a mofo. But with that being said, this guy gets a 10 out of 10 easy. Obviously, the reason you're going to want to buy this wave, definitely worth it, in my opinion. So, with that being said, like I said, 10 out of 10, get him. He's definitely worth it. So, a massive brain fart here. Hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, catch you guys later. I guess I was stupefied by how awesome this guy is. Yeah, I mean, he's really awesome. You need to buy this. You need to buy it now!